Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we're discussing Yellowstone's gift pack. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Von Nieders, Lucatero, and Darren McRoy.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Yo.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be talking about this gift pack that Yellowstone has going on just in time for the holidays. We'll get into what is included in there, and we'll talk about whether we think this is a good idea. We'll get to that after the break, though. For right now, Becca said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Becca?
I do have something I want to talk about. So, I want to know, first, how many people here have actually tasted marzipan?
I have.
Luke has. Darren?
Yeah.
I think I might have had it in a cookie once, but I do not remember it. So I'm going to just go ahead and say no.
Okay. Evan?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. That's interesting. Darren, since you kind of know what it is, what do you think marzipan is?
Butter-like substance used in baking. Maybe?
What would be the flavor?
Caramely. I don't actually know that at all. So.
Okay, this is interesting because of the fact that another well-known podcaster has, Club Marzipan.
Right.
And it is it is a note that people talk about with bourbon, usually fancier people. And
I think because of him, though.
And I think because of him.
I never heard anybody give a marzipan note until he started doing that.
But I'm realizing that people don't know what marzipan is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one knows what marzipan is. I grew up eating marzipan because of the German.
We just had an ABV Network event where a marzipan, it was like pancakes with a marzipan was actually on top, kind of a flavoring type of thing. It was at the one at Nubby's. We did it was an investment whiskeys event, and it was there, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is really good." So most of them, that was their first time trying marzipan. Actually,
yeah, most people don't know what marzipan is, and I asked the guys at the distillery because I ordered some marzipan because I was craving some marzipan for whatever reason. I was like, "Ooh, I haven't had marzipan in a long time, and that sounds really good." And I asked the guys, I said, "Do you guys know what marzipan is?" And they're like, "Isn't that like Asian of some sort?" And I'm like, "Nope, it is not Asian." And I'm realizing that a lot of whiskey people don't actually know what marzipan is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a paste.
Right.
Are you looking it up right now, Darren?
Yes, I have the definition right in front of me.
Read the exact definition so that people can actually understand what marzipan is.
So marzipan is a sweet, soft paste made from almonds and sugar. Mm-hmm. It's a traditional food that is enjoyed around the world. That was not... And cakes. It's for baking. I knew that part.
It's a baking thing.
Well, it can be for baking. You can also just eat it, but it's literally like a soft paste. There's apricot kind of added into it sometimes as well, depending on. But it's an apricot paste, or an apricot. It's an almond paste.
Right.
That's what it is.
I think I have had it. Doesn't it come in like the chocolate things, like it's chocolate
Yep.
covered?
And it looks like fruit.
Yeah,
That is marzipan.
I think I've had that then.
And I just feel like so many people don't know what that is. And I actually started thinking about it because Royce and I were discussing all the flavored notes that you get off of things, off of bourbon that people describe. And so I've started ordering things that are flavors that people get that maybe we sort of forget actually taste, or we don't even fully know what the hell we're talking about sometimes. Because like if I would have told someone, oh, marzipan, they think it's Asian flavor
Right.
for some people. But it's almond.
If,
it's like an almond.
if you do know what it is and you have experience in tasting it, and it's a legit tasting note in bourbon.
Specific.
And Fred Minnick used that, and he's used it to his advantage because it's unusual. And most people, I think, kind of feel like they kind of know what marzipan is, even though they're wildly wrong, in many instances. I think some people even confuse marzipan with like fondant, where you see with the cakes that they do. That gets confused with that sometimes and stuff.
Yep.
But it is, in fact, that almond paste. But it's becoming a big thing, and Fred plays it up well. And like I said, it's become part of bourbon lexicon at this point. It's a thing, but it's all attributed to Fred. So
Yeah. And I think that if you are trying to actually expand your palate and like figure out flavors of things, don't just reference something that you think you know what it is.
Right.
Go online and order this stuff. Marzipan is like $8 to order from Amazon. You
Right.
get like a little small pack of it, and then you can actually the different ones that are shaped like different fruits do have different flavors to them. But you can also get toasted marzipan. You can just get regular marzipan. You can get chocolate covered marzipan. Another thing that I ordered was chocolate covered candied orange peels. That sounds weird, but that is also a specific flavor that you can get off of bourbon sometimes.
Yeah.
Another thing to get, chocolate covered like cherry cordials. Order those. A lot of this stuff you can get in like small packs of stuff, and it's really cool to remind yourself, or for the first time taste this stuff that like you hear these people talking about, you hear the flavors get like brought up, and you just go, yeah, that makes sense. But you don't know what the hell it tastes like.
Right.
Order the marzipan.
Order it.
Order that stuff because
I first tried, this is many years ago, an almond croissant, and it was stuffed with marzipan. And fast forward to when the toasted bourbon started coming in, I was able to pick up a little hint of toasted almonds in that.
yeah,
The taste kind of faded away, but for me, and I know it's subjective to everybody's palate, but it was nice to have an introduction of that marzipan note back into the whiskey wheel of flavors and notes. Yeah.
because if you haven't tasted, even in a long time, I hadn't had marzipan in 20 years, probably at least.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 36 now. Yeah, probably 20 years at least, maybe longer. And I had sort of forgot exactly what it tasted like. And I'm happy that I ordered it and I ate an entire box of marzipan. Now, I will preface this with marzipan is a weird flavor.
Right.
And like the consistency is weird because it's like a paste. But once you kind of get past that and like actually think about what you're tasting, it is a really cool flavor to like remind yourself of. And I just think that like people, like I think that ordering stuff that is flavors that you would get is a good idea, especially if you are trying to work on your palate and being able to describe
Right.
things. The only reason you can't describe stuff is because you haven't tasted enough stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So many people come in the shop and they're like, and you're like, hey, taste it. What do you think? And they're like, oh, I don't do any tasting notes or anything like that. Or other people be like, I got to work on my palate. Well, that's a way to work on your palate right there. That's a way you can actually do some palate training right there. Is order those type of things that are going to help
Don't
you.
eat the whole box of marzipan like I did.
Right.
You
Right.
have to order another box.
So I was taking notes during all of this, and we're going to do a class at the shop. Just
Okay.
a different like tasting notes that you sometimes hear, and then we'll get everything together, and we'll do that at the end of or the beginning of next year.
Okay. That'll
think
be.
that-
I already have it written down. So
Cherry cordials, like I said, candied orange peels covered in chocolate, or just candied orange peels. Either one is like we tasted those at the distillery, and I was like, "Yep, I get that flavor all the time." the marzipan, and I would also get the toasted marzipan, not just the regular marzipan. The toasted one is a really good one to get too, because those are different flavors, and like there's just so many that people just don't know and they just agree with and go, oh, so I guess that's what that tastes like. Maybe.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Even like different tea things, like Earl Grey tea and like lavender and like not that you really
that's
get.
a good one. Those are good ones. Lavender.
Yeah, like mulled wine. Like those are flavors that you get off of stuff that like people just don't necessarily. Most people don't even.
They're
know
not
what
in their. They're not in their lexicon enough to know that.
most people
they've
don't
had
know
some past experience.
Yeah, mulled wine. Most people don't know what that is, but you do get like spiced mulled wine on some bourbon.
Right. Right.
It's just it's a cool flavor that you don't realize you're doing. So I want to remind people that it's okay to just order stuff online so that you can help your palate out a little bit.
Right.
Especially with all the cast finishes that have been going on.
Yeah.
It's just increased that flavor wheel that I mean, we're all getting nuances of different things that we weren't used to. So,
Yeah.
Good small talk.
Yeah, it is. And there's a couple things don't fall victim of either. Number one, don't ever think that you can train yourself up to be Jackie Zykan or somebody like that. It's never going to happen. You can't. There's just people that have special palates, and those people just have special palates, and they're going to be above and beyond what any of us could ever strive to get to. So that's just not going to happen. And then the other thing is, don't also fall victim to people who are incented by you watching their videos, who take a quick drink and then they name off 8 or 9 different things. Oh, that tastes like au jus pear and freshly cut hay, and they name off like 9 different things, taking one small tiny sip, and
Most
that's
of those are lies.
I know there's that probably list is probably written out in front of them, so they're hitting on a bunch of different things, and they look like they're very knowledgeable. They're not getting any of that. That's BS. I'm sorry. That's just them trying to be an expert in something that they're not.
The only thing that you can do to help your palate is to drink different stuff and eat different stuff, and you just have to know what stuff tastes like, and then you're eventually going to start finding these notes in whatever you're drinking. It's
stuff
as simple as that.
Yeah, try stuff that even though you know that you might not like that flavor, try it anyways. It's okay. Like the consistency of marzipan is weird to some people, but just you don't have to eat all of it. You can take little pieces off and just taste it so that you actually know what it is that when someone says it, you're like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. That actually makes sense. Cause if you think it's butter and caramel, like that's not exactly what it is. It's definitely more woody kind of, or nutty at least, because it's almonds. Right. There's nothing wrong that people don't know. It's because no one's telling them what it actually fucking is. Instead of saying, I'm getting almond notes.
Right.
I'm getting marzipan,
Yeah.
So I just want to remind people it's okay. And you don't have to necessarily fall for some sort of tasting kit thing either. Like just, you can order candy and find candy all over the place.
Right.
And not be getting some special douchebags tasting guide to whiskey. You can just get the stuff yourself.
Yeah, exactly. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Mr. Luke. Luke, what do you got there, buddy?
I got the new bottle of Baumburgers.
Oh, you son of a gun, you. Son of a gun.
Sway it on the set.
Okay. Not a lot there, but we will give a Baumburgers bump on that because it is a personal favorite. So, but we'll see if it holds up then.
Luke,
with your
do
Baumburgers
not invite Steve to your house. You will drink all of that.
Well, Becca, there's a little bit of I've been holding this bottle because I was
supposed to be here. Yes.
Supposed to be here.
Yes, that's true. And I did, and we were coming in there, and we had planned that for a long time, and we can't take off a week. The plan was to go for a week, and we just can't do that anymore. Yeah. That's just not where we're at right now.
Right. So anyway, it'll be gone.
Hopefully.
Did you want me to work for you for a week?
Yeah,
Steve?
maybe. Now that I'm rethinking it, now that Becca's gone through the training, maybe I can take a week vacation. Yes,
We'll work up to a week.
right. We're still working on that, so we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Darren, you look like you're ready. What do you got there, man?
I got some investment finished in rum casks.
Okay. That was very poor form. Your elbow struck the microphone.
It was my wrist, but yes.
Oh, fine. What? Okay, yes.
My elbow was flying like it
was
up
something
here
struck
doing a
the
chicken
elbow.
wing.
It was aggressive.
Yeah, it was. So we're going to say Luke still has the lead. Luke's got the lead. Becca's next.
I have got another bottle from.
Becca and Dean are next, I guess I should say.
Me and Dean are next. This one is called the Wool Gatherer.
Okay.
From Castle and Key. It is a rye whiskey finished in Amberana barrels, 109 proof.
Okay. Oh, there's our leader right there.
Yeah.
Luke, you've just been wiped off the board. So
I could smell the Amberana the second this cracked open, too.
That's
I can
amazing, right?
smell it.
Exactly. If my window was open, I think I could catch it. But 15 stars, 3 kings. So let's see what we got here. Not really anything going on there. So Becca's lead is safe, but still got to get through Von Nieders, our reigning champ. What do you got there, Von Nieders?
I have a Yellowstone single barrel since we're talking about Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah. Only one to play by the show there. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really good, but I think like me when I fell short with Becca, she was leading me on the last one. I think you fell just short there. I think Becca was actually louder, so she gets the win. So cheers to Becca.
Cheers, Doc.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about this 3-pack that Yellowstone has coming out just in time for the holiday season. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. All right, on that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with our in-house billionaire here, Ryan Thompson. Ryan, what do you got there, man?
Oh, boy. Well, might as well come out of the gate with a little Leopold's Dickel 3-chamber.
Oh, nice.
Whoa. Lovely one tonight here. Sunday evening, might as well.
Okay.
Audible.
By the way, Brian, that was your best cork pop ever.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Usually we don't hear anything from you. That was decent.
We need to rest. Quite silent.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That could win this thing. Ryan has the lead.
Wow, that's something. This is something.
Yeah. All right, Tim, you're next.
All right, I'm going to go with a Boxing Bear as well. This is Boxing Bear. It's the reading chair. I think it's second, number 2.
Yeah, I think that's number 2. Yeah, because it's
number 2.
First. Yeah.
Channeling the legend as well on here with my FALS wristband. Slide on the set.
Wow. Tim, did you go yet? Is that
Listen to Ryan.
Right?
Fucking Trent. He has his first ever audible cork pop.
There was nothing on my side as well. So, Ryan,
So what was better, Ryan's cork pop or his trash talk on his first ever audible cork pop? This is Steve Akeley, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily on the ABV Network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Yellowstone's gift pack.
Yes, we are. So this is supposedly rolling out across the country, and it is a 3-pack. Now, when it comes to your market, this times vary on these things. It takes a while, but should be well in time for Christmas purchases and things like that. It is a 3-pack of 375 milliliter bottles, so half the size of a normal Yellowstone bottle. Included in there are 3 things. The Yellowstone Select, which is AKA the regular Yellowstone. So you're like, what's the Select? I don't know. That's what they call the normal, what we might just say is Yellowstone. So that's that product. Also included in there is their toasted bourbon. So that's a relatively newer thing for them. And then what has been one of my favorites that they've done in a long time, you get the rum cask finish too. So that's a really good one that they're kind of catching up on now. For a while, you couldn't get that one. And when it first came out, it flew out the doors and it was going. Now I'm kind of seeing it on shelves a little bit, which is cool. But you get a 3-pack that includes all 3 of those. Again, 375 milliliter bottles. And it's only $50 for the 3-pack. I think this is a heck of a holiday offering. And I think no matter where you're at on your bourbon journey, I think this is an appropriate gift. If someone gave me these, or I got 5 of these, I would still use them all, because the regular Yellowstone, it can be a sipper. It's certainly good enough for that, but it's great in cocktails and stuff like that. And the other 2 for sure are sippers. So I think this is one of the best holiday 3-pack things I've ever seen. So and the price is great too.
The price is fantastic.
$50? Come on.
Basically giving it away.
Yeah, they are just giving it away. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming in the market, because I always like this time of the year when all these special packagings come out. But this one is really interesting to either take for yourself or give as gifts, because the price is right.
We're all going to be doing holiday parties involved and stuff like that. It's nice to be able to crack out a brand new bottle that, it's basically like a half bottle. It'll be gone at that party. That's great. People like when you bring out a new bottle and crack it open. You do that with this. And like I said, there's some really good stuff too. It doesn't matter. I mean, if I brought this group in and I'd be like, hey, what we're going to be drinking tonight, crew, I've got the Yellowstone rum cask finish. You guys be like, oh, cool. I look forward to having it. Yeah, it's a good one. There'd be no, so this is a legit thing. So,
do we know, is this being distributed all over the country?
Yeah, all over. Yeah, and they've got. They're everywhere. So we should all see this.
If you see,
I have no idea what the reaction is going to be. Yeah, I don't know what the reaction. These could all disappear, or it could be something that we see sitting on shelves and we can grab it at our leisure. I don't know how that's going to go, because I don't know how many of them there are. But
if it were me, I'd buy at least 2, one for myself and one to gift.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'm in agreement. This is even great for just a whiskey connoisseur. But I don't think there has ever been a single bundle deal that is better for people that are just getting into bourbon to get somebody.
Yeah, sure.
I think this is, you have a couple different finishes and you have a base product for them to compare it to. They're little bottles, so if they don't like it, they can get on and try something new at a great price. And so I really think, yes, it has its spot for us whiskey nerds because it's damn good whiskey. Right. But I don't think there has ever been a bundle deal that is better for new people into whiskey. Yeah. And a great way to welcome people into what Yellowstone really is about. And that's making good whiskey.
Yeah, it hits all the marks for no matter where you're at in your bourbon experience.
Right.
Even a beginner that doesn't know anything. Here, you try this.
Yeah, here's a base product and some elevated ones. I think it even works. Say you're friends with somebody like the Ewalds, people that are cocktail people. You could give this to them, and they could make some great cocktails even with this. And it's guilt-free cocktail making because the price is right. So any of these, even one that I think is a premium product, the rum cast finish, the price is right where you can even do cocktails with that, and you probably come out with, again, it's always the better ingredients is it leads to a better final product. Well, you're using some quality stuff in your cocktails. You're going to be able to make some unique stuff with that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a winner.
Yeah,
so.
it's a steal, is what this is.
It really is.
Steal.
So I will be looking for. I hope we get the opportunity to carry that in the shop. I'll be buying as many as I can for the shop because I see that buying this for myself. I certainly I have Yellowstone in here now, but I'd grab this and I think it's fun. And we're always doing bottle shares and stuff like that. These are much more portable. And bring that. So yeah.
And I'm also going to need to get one because I have a collection of every single Yellowstone that I can find anyway. I need the mini versions of all of them. And when they start making the smaller ones, I'm in there too. So
okay,
there you go.
I have a whole shelf just for Yellowstone because they're
just for Yellowstone. Okay, very nice, very nice. Well, there you go. There's a little bit about that. Sounds like we're all excited. I didn't know what you guys were going to think. I was certainly pumped up about this one, and it sounds like we all are. And I would assume people that are listening are probably just as enthused as we are. So, feels like the connoisseurs will be grabbing this one. So, it's a no-brainer at $50. It's just a no-brainer. It's an automatic. It's one if you see you get. So there you go.
If you're not excited, you better get excited.
You might want to reevaluate your hobby.
Or just go back to your flavored vodka. Get out of here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Neaters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Neaters.
All right, Mr. Darren.
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Luke.
You can find us on Instagram, Santa Fe Boutique Wines, and you can find me on LinkedIn.
All right, Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. I think it's going to be abvnetwork.com. You're going to want to check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We hope to have this product in stock. Darren's got to be on that. That's his role, as he's the ordering guy. So we'll see if he can do some magic and make this happen. It's not a distributor that we work with closely, so we'll see.
Or Welly, yeah. So
yeah, we'll see how we do with that. That's going to be fun.
Crossed.
Yeah. So
hey,
we'll
Dustin,
help
us.
Yeah. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Adios.
Later.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.